On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Bo is overcome with memories of hope and Victor. Megan devises a new strategy. Harris provides crucial information to Hope, and Stephanie seeks assistance from Sean. Rolf declares the serum is effective in the lab as he ogles a rat's gleaming fur and sparkling eyes. He claims that Kate could have drank from the fountain of youth in regards to the women's pods, but she opted to be difficult and is now dead. To prevent any further escape attempts, Megan put Marlena and Kayla back to sleep. Although the rat has been a great test subject, Rolf is most interested in how people will fare. Rolf is joined by Megan, who berates him for letting Bo go rogue. Bo declared that it was the final instruction he would obey once they heard the bullet that killed Kate. He is currently sequestered in the other lab and won't communicate with her. Rolf informs her that while he can shape people's ideas, he cannot fundamentally alter who they are. Bo thinks about the orchid and his talk with Kate in the other lab. He remembers the gunshot and flinches, rubbing his head. He searches the drawers till he locates a file bearing his name. Bo recalls Victor telling him how glad he is to have him as his son as he reads the names of his parents. Harris becomes unhappy at the ISA facility since he can't recall anything that happened after Megan kidnapped him. Hope tries to soothe him. For the sake of both of them, all he wants is to track down Megan and prosecute her. Enters a psychiatrist. She reveals that Kimberly invited her in for advice. They concurred that Harris's brain chemistry has undergone significant alterations and that typical psychotherapy might not be sufficient to help him recover his memories. The alternative is shock therapy, but it might be lethal. Harris is unconcerned. He desires to complete it now. Harris decides to sign the consent form despite Hope's encouragement to reconsider. Chad describes to Abe at Brady's Tavern how humble it is to play online chess with Theo. Abe remembers how anxious he and Lexi were that their boy would never have a job or be able to live alone. He now occasionally wishes Theo wasn't so independent. Chad is astounded by how quickly his own children are maturing. If things with Stephanie don't work out, he is concerned about how they will respond. Chad is advised by Abe to take things day by day and to quit thinking about what-ifs. Stephanie's presence in their lives is beneficial. Chad concurs. Polina looks around her vandalized office and believes Sloane is to blame. Polina wants to wring Stephanie's frail little neck, but Stephanie doesn't think that's how she usually rolls. Instead, Stephanie advises them to call the police. Polina wants to avoid the scandal, which Harris has electrodes affixed to his forehead at the ISA facility. When the doctor increases the voltage, he bites on a stick and starts to convulse. Harris advises her to keep going despite Hope's pleas for her to stop. He remembers being in a lab with Megan and Rolf when he experiences a second shock. He describes a human-sized, tube-like container to Hope and the doctor, who was in the tube, wonders Hope. Rolf is certain that Bo is at least past Hope in the lab. Megan frowns and wonders how he can be sure Bo hasn't developed feelings for her once more. Megan gave everything up to win Bo back. She won't let him go now. She is dependent on Rolf to make sure Bo is completely loyal to her. They can then utilize. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.